Hey everybody, it's Jen. I have a card share for you today. This card was inspired by mariannagridsby.wordpress.com, which I had found on Pinterest. And this paper here that I'm using is from Crepe Paper Love Notes, and on the pink chevron there's actually music notes. So I knew when I saw this piece of paper that I wanted to use it for a card for my dear friend Rhonda, HeartMusicSoulRJ. So I grabbed out this piece of paper and I cut it down. And then I wanted to use the scallop circle to cut out the hole like in the card that I'm working off of. Now she used a straight circle, which I did like a lot better, but I didn't feel like getting my, I have Creative Memories circle cutters. They're like totally old school, but I love them, but I didn't feel like getting them out, so I just used the scallop circle. And I'm just making some faint lines here so that I know where to stamp. And this is the premium spectrum paper, so I'm just cutting that out so that I can get ready to stamp on it. And I'm just laying out my stamps here, trying to figure out the design. And then I realized that I need a mask for the to-go cup, and it was the only one I didn't have pre-made. So that took some time, and I had to cut that out. But I just use regular old post-it notes, and you can just run it along the top where it's sticky, and it works perfectly fine, so you don't have to invest in specialty masking paper. So I'm just going to stamp this up using my Memento black ink, and there we go. I'm laying it down. Now I did let it dry a little bit here, but cut that part out for the video, so I just adhere that down. And then I'm going to stamp out the coffee mug on the right hand side here. So anything that you stamp after the masked piece will actually look like it's behind that specific item. So these two coffee cups will actually look like they're behind the to-go mug. So here's the little, well, the big teacup type cup, and then I will remove the masking tape, and you can see it looks so cute. So I did leave the coloring in, and I'm using spectrums, and this is IG1, I think I use IG1 and IG3 to color up the top of the to-go mug. And then I realized that I forgot to stamp the faces, so I put the mustache one on the middle one, and then this one is a little winking face, and this is just a cute little smile. And then I decide that I want to put some hearts above, so I get out my Real Red Stampin' Up! Ink, and this little heart comes with the set, so I just stamp it above each of the mugs. Pretty simple, but I think it adds a really cute effect and makes it more Valentine's Day-ish. So then I realized that I had forgotten to pick my colors for the coffee, so I think I end up using TN2, TN5, and TN7. So I just color those up. And I left a little white space to kind of look like frothing on the top of the coffee. I'm just coloring it in. So then I decide to do like a light coral pink for the one on the left. And this one gave me a little bit of trouble. The colors didn't blend as nicely as I would have liked. So sometimes I find the spectrum markers are really challenging to blend, and this was one of those. So I'm using CR2 and CR4. The CR3, the one that would naturally be in the middle, is a very different color from those two, so it wouldn't have matched to use it. So here I am just coloring it in, and then I think I can't remember if I bring in another color. No, I leave it, but when I had done the lighter color, there was a lot of alcohol in that marker, and it really kind of made it blotchy. So I let that dry. I move on to the right side one, and I use CR4 and then CR5 and CR7, I believe. I couldn't quite get it the color that I wanted it to be. I wanted this one to be a darker pink to match the paper, but I do eventually get it where I'm happy. So just coloring down the sides to try to make it look like it's round. And here's where I'm trying to lay on different colors just to get it darker. And it took me a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead here, I think, and color it all in. And you can still see the, I fiddled with that one for quite a while. In person you can see that there is lighter down the center, making it look more round. And then I'm going to color the to-go cup in a red. So I find the reds bleed quite easily, and I hear a lot of people saying that's true for the Copics as well. So I'm just using DR2 and DR3 and really kind of minimal coloring here. I didn't want it to bleed too much, so that one was really simple. And then I left the to-go cup white. And so here I'm going back on that other mug, trying to get it to look not quite as blotched out, and it looks really cute now. So I erased the lines, and then I'm just going to ground them here with a bit of IG1. And once I lay down that color, I use my blender pen. And you'll see here that I remember I like to use a piece of the spectrum paper behind it when blending, because then it will actually lift the color out. So that blended beautifully. And here I'm adhering that top of the card to the images, and then I'm going to adhere this onto the card base, which is actually a pre-made black card base that Serena B had given me. And so on the original one, on the bottom underneath the circle, she had put black and white twine, which looked really cute. I didn't do that, but now I'm going to work on the inside of the card, and I really wanted the Love You a Latte on the front, but I didn't have a shape that fit that with the mugs that I could put on the front, so I just decided to put it on the inside. And so this is regular cardstock, just cheap Michael's cardstock, so I didn't want to color too much because I knew it would bleed and the blending wouldn't be great, but I did want to color this coffee mug similar to the one on the front. So I color that up quickly. I think I only used 2 colors for this. I think CR4 and maybe CR7 or CR5, I can't remember. So color that in, and then afterwards, when I was done the card, I came back and used one of the little red hearts that I had done on the front of the card, and I put it in the center of the coffee mug, and that looked really cute. And so I just took a leftover piece of paper from that one that I'd cut off from the front and made a fishtail banner just to put at the bottom inside of the card, just to make it go cohesive with the front, and it looks really cute there. And then I go back to the front of the card after I get this adhered, and I kind of feel like it looks too plain because I didn't have that twine. So I'm looking at it, and then I remembered that there's a cut apart sheet in the crepe paper. So I cut these out, and there's all kinds of little words, and I use the words February 14th, friends, my Valentines, sweetheart, be mine, and I love you. And I decided to put those on the front of the card. And so I'm just cutting them up. And at one point I had put them over to the right-hand side, but I didn't like it at all, so I moved them back over to the left-hand side, and I was happy with how that looked. So my card is finished. I'm just going to give you a close-up of it, and thanks everybody for watching. I hope this one was better than my first, and I hope I get better as I continue to do these process videos. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye!